favorite, as always, a true Star Screamer. And today we are looking at something cool. We are looking at SH Figuarts Street Fighter V Cammy. I do have Ryu. I will be reviewing him a little later. We're actually starting a little mini marathon of Street Fighter figures. This is number 3. Chun-Li hasn't shown up yet, who's number 2, and Ryu, of course, is number 1. I am not going to be completing this line. As much as I love Street Fighter, there are some characters I just don't want to spend the money on, like Rashid. But Street Fighter does hold a special place in my heart. This being a Figuarts, we're going to have some fun accessories here. The box is looking gorgeous. Actual art from the figure itself. The Street Fighter V logo. Cammy doing some kind of attack from the air. Probably Cannon Spike or the Hooligan Rush. Boxing number 3. And awesome display stuff from the back. Her looking awesome. Her in a win pose. Her in a pose that my wife's probably going to kill me if she catches me putting her in. And just some awesome fighting. And we probably will see Ryu being brought out for this as well. I do like they bring the fighter game stats on there as well. And don't forget, this does have small parts and not for kids under 3 years old. So parents, this is for age 15 and up. But really, anyone who's buying this is probably over the age of 20. I am so sad. Alright, let's get her open and see what we can do. We got her out of the package, and there is so much and so little all at the same time. One of the first things I'd definitely like to point out is this awesome backdrop. I think this is absolutely cool. Ryu did come with his with a waterfall, so this is a fantastic display option. I just wish I had the shelf space to really take advantage of this, of putting one of these in front of, put one of these behind each of the figures on display. She also comes with, of course, she's got the 2 fists. She also has 2 open splayed hands, and she also has 2 chopping hands. So these are all, of course, great for fighting. We also have a very cool and unique effect piece, as well as this has an impact, and we'll get into all that a little later. And she also has 2 additional faces. She has kind of like her screaming one, which this is great for attacks, and kind of like a sly looking off to the side face. Of the 2, I think of the 3, I prefer these. I prefer the screaming one. She has her bangs are on soft rubber, so I bet you Ken's eyebrows will be like these, because his eyebrows are long enough to actually throw him by. And with removing the face, the hat also comes off. Now there is a peg hole that's open there, but if you want her displayed without a hat, you absolutely can. So, the Cammy figure herself, she's got a lot of skin. She is definitely showing a lot of skin. I mean, the character does too. I mean, this is a fighting jumper. Not gonna lie, I do have, of course, a little girl, and I kind of wish she was wearing tights as opposed to bare skin, but that's not being conservative nature, but just kind of the impact I'd like my little girl to see. On the other hand, the fanboy in me is... no. These are definitely some muscular legs. I am curious how these are going to compare to Chun-Li's when she arrives. These are on a double-jointed knee. These are not the prettiest joints. I would kind of like to have had something over here, but I think I've been spoiled by Storm Collectibles. Figma, I know, definitely spoils us with the round joints. But, well, actually, this is more of a... It's double-jointed, but not much of a secondary joint. It's almost single. But still, it kicks all the way to the back. Same with the elbow. It's double-jointed, so it's not like Harley. The gauntlet here prevents that. Costume-wise, she's got the singlet, the very bare singlet, as well as the harness around here, the gloves, the boots. I kind of like that she's wearing socks. I mean, you should wear socks with boots or else it gets really ugly, but I like the fact that they take the time to show that. And she's got the pouch here. Wrists. They're on the basic Figuarts peg hole, so it does swivel and bend. And the ponytails are on hinge joints, so you can give her some impact. You know, you can give her some motion if you want them flowing in the wind or resting. She holds a pose very well. She, if you remember the old Dead or Alive beach volleyball commercial, she kicks high. And I haven't tried to balance her yet on one leg, so this is a first try. This is live here, folks. But if she can do it, that'll be really cool. I haven't done a one-leg test in a while. The fabric here probably is not helping. Hell yeah, you can use the ponytails to throw a little additional weight out for counterbalance. Okay, it took a little time. I totally blame the fabric on my backdrop here. So I have her standing on the stage, but she is holding a one-leg pose. So she kicks high. Now, with changing her faces, I did mention the hat comes off, so you definitely want to take that off. And then you just pull off the face. Be traumatized for the rest of your life, because there's apparently a Lego man living in there. And just, well, let's put on the side face here. It just pegs right in there. So she's kind of giving that coy look to the side. Of course, for me, I like the shouting attack face. I don't think I really mentioned with the hat, it does have the shadow emblem up there. So that's some nice detail. But here we have her, you know, ready to fight, to challenge. And speaking of a challenge, let's do a quick size comparison. Got her here, and here comes a new challenger. There is Ryu. They look very cool next to each other. I will do a more formal review of Ryu later, but these guys look absolutely fantastic together. I am wanting to go all the way in on this line, with few exceptions. I'll see how I feel about Rashid, but that'll be more. Aside from the hands and faces, we also get a very cool effect piece. We got these guys here, which are kind of like a rider, almost like a rider kick piece that go together. And these will go around the foot. Plus, then you kind of get an impact piece, and this will all go together. I will have to say, this gets put together in a very cool way. When you have the impact piece, the effect piece, it's in two spots. And if you notice, there's a little peg right in each one of these guys. Rider kick, no. And if you look on Cammy's foot, on the hinge joint, and this is really cool, you got these little, you got the joints here. But these, you actually fit those little peg holes into there. Give me 1 second. This is not as easy as it looks, I assure you. It does take some practice, and I've had a couple times. But pretty much just line the foot up. Kind of get the foot, kind of get it encased in there. And it's hard to do it in front of the camera. I assure you. There you go. Get that in there. And then you get the other piece, like this guy here. And again, use the peg kind of as the guiding hole and just kind of clip it on around there. And it just snaps together like that. And this holds on good because that, again, is being held on through the foot. This is better than any Kamen Rider effect I have worked with, and I kind of wish they had something like this for Fies. But this looks absolutely impressive. But then, of course, we still have this bad boy to get on. Once you get the effect part on, you then kind of get the impact piece on. At first, it was kind of weird just trying to find a way to get it to fit, but then I actually took a minute and looked at the instructions. If you look very carefully here, there are these little bumps all over the effect part. And here, on the blowback, on the impact piece, there are little bumps. And so they can actually line up, and that's how it's going to attach. So let me get this on the display stand and kind of show you how it all looks together. So here we have Cammy. I've got her on a Tamashii stage with the effect part on. This is a hell of a display piece. I almost wish I had room on the shelf to just leave her like this, but I mean, I don't care. If you've been on my Instagram, I actually have this picture on there, so highly recommend you check it out. Again, it's at True Star Screamer, just like yours truly. But seriously, this is impressive. I am actually not looking forward to taking this down just because of how good this is. Hopefully I'll be able to replicate this. In the end, I have very few complaints about this figure. If you are a Street Fighter fan, you're definitely going to want this. As I said, when I played Street Fighter 4, I actually mained with Cammy as well as Dan. Yeah, go figure, I was weird. Yeah, the costume, that's the costume. That's how the people at Capcom designed her back in Super Street Fighter. I personally would have liked her wearing tights, but as we said, that's not me being prude, but that's just because, I got a little girl. I want her to have a better image. But as far as the character is, again, balances well. I think the only thing I maybe would have wanted some kind of boot cut or anything down here, but the ankles are good. I mentioned you got the detail. She looks like she jumped straight from the screen. I am really enjoying everything I've seen from this line, which I said, as right now, also consists of Ryu. I also have Chun-Li on order, all from Amazon, mind you. And then I will be definitely getting Akuma, Ken. I'm actually considering the Storm Collectibles Zangief, despite the fact that he's so ridiculously large, but I think at the same time, that might work out really cool. I am also looking forward to doing a couple pairings of how these look with some of the Revoltech figures. I just got them currently on a very precarious position I don't want to pull them from. So you can kind of do like your X-Men versus Street Fighter combination. But overall, Figuarts knocked this out of the park. I am excited about this line and am looking forward to reviewing more. Speaking of reviews, of course, please, if you like this, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, of course, give it a thumbs down. Please subscribe. Please leave a comment. And once again, remember, when it comes to collections, size is the prize, shelves being full is the goal, and until next time, take care.